Hello everyone, we're group number 2, and in this video we'll be analyzing employee performance at Starbucks using the Mars model. Now first of all, what is the Mars model? The Mars model is a framework used to understand employee performance, and it stands for motivation, ability, role perception, and situational factors. It explains that performance isn't driven by just one thing, but by a combination of these 4 factors working together. Motivation refers to how much effort an employee is willing to put in. Ability is whether they have the skills and knowledge available to do the job. Role perception is their understanding of what is expected of them. And situational factors are external conditions like resources, time, or support. Overall, the Mars model helps break down performance into clear parts, making it easier to identify what might be helping or limiting how well someone performs at work. Now, the main problem our group will be focusing on is employee performance issues related to the Mars model. At Starbucks, employees often face high customer demand, which can lead to slower service, order mistakes, and increased stress. This creates challenges for both employees and impacts overall store performance. This issue connects directly to the Mars model because each of the 4 components can be affected. For example, employees may feel less motivated when they are stressed, their ability can be tested during peak hours, role expectations may not always be clear, and situational factors like understaffing can make it harder to perform effectively. Overall, this problem is important because it impacts both employee well-being and the customer experience, both of which are critical to Starbucks' success. The rest of our group will now take a deeper look at each part of the Mars model and how it contributes to this issue.
Starbucks is an environment that focuses in on making the customer feel welcomed and connected to the store in a strategy called Green Apron Service, which the franchise uses to stay competitive. The quality of the employees is the edge that Starbucks has over other retail locations. This makes communication and extroversion extremely important, as those things are critical for maintaining the service edge that they have. The problem in this case is getting employees to fit that mold. The additional challenge is that the specific social demeanor expected of employees is hard to evaluate before someone is on the floor. Interviews can only really tell you what a candidate would theoretically do, and not how they actually will behave. In fact, the manager we interviewed noted that even scenario-based interview questions fall short because real communication ability only becomes visible once someone is already working under the pressure of a busy shift. When that screening fails, it leads to a bunch of other mistakes, like service quality degrading, more mistakes, and a breakdown in group coordination. Using the Mars model as a framework, we can see how this hiring gap affects motivation, ability, role perception, and situational factors.
Before we delve into the solution for this issue, let's first revisit what the Mars model is, since we'll be using it to create the basis of our solution. The Mars model contains 4 variables that are essential in influencing an individual's voluntary behavior and performance. The 4 variables, each representing a different letter in the name, are motivation, ability, role perception, and situational factors. Motivation, ability, and role perception are grouped together because these factors are contained within the individual, meaning they are internal factors. While situational factors, on the other hand, are separate because this variable is external and something out of the individual's control. Now that we know what exactly the model constitutes of, let's talk about how we can apply it. To further expand on how the main problem connects to the Mars model, we will go over how to integrate Mars to improve motivation, ability, and role perception. Some of the leading problems contributing to a lack of motivation in Starbucks workers are stress due to understaffing and lack of support from managers and coworkers. A solution for these issues would be developing a better communication system between baristas and managers so they're able to better express their issues to the scheduling, which pertains to the hours when they are most commonly understaffed. Baristas often lack ability to perform well under high tension and peak hours. This can be a result of poor training or workers not being utilized according to their abilities, when they're assigned to the stations they struggle to thrive in. The obvious solution for these issues are to improve training and to create better floor plans, especially in times of high customer volume. But how exactly do we do this? The current training program at Starbucks consists of completing training modules on iPads and then practicing these skills on the floor. All the skills needed throughout all stations of the job are taught within 2 weeks, which can feel overwhelming for most people. To strengthen the ability of workers to retain and perfect these skills, new baristas should be introduced to one station at a time and then given time to practice and perfect the skills needed to be able to thrive in that station before moving on to the next. Doing this, rather than throwing them onto the floor with only a basic understanding of how to do all roles, will help them contribute more effectively because the more specialized someone is, the more they are able to do the job well. Lastly, during times of high stress or periods where the number of staff present begin to blur the lines of whose role is what, a negative shift in team dynamic may occur. This is because when roles become unclear, so do the expectations of each individual's contributions, leaving them less able to work coherently alongside team members. This can be due to tasks feeling left undone because workers simply don't recognize it as their responsibility, and when small instances like this accumulate, it sets the entire store back by a lot. But how do we prevent this? This can easily be addressed by better defining what the responsibility of each person on the floor is, which can be done by assigning people specific roles on the schedule instead of upon arrival. In doing so, employees will be better prepared to come in for their shift as they will arrive knowing exactly what they'll be doing that day and can focus all their effort and energy on that one thing rather than juggling many things at once and having to distribute their focus and effort amongst all of them. Doing this not only improves the individual employee's productivity, but also helps the entire team work more synchronously because focusing on their strengths eliminates the need to compensate for work lost when assigning a role to a less fit employee.
Now I'll focus on situational factors in the mass model using Starbucks as our chosen company. Situational factors are the external conditions that affect how employees perform, even when they are motivated and well trained. From the manager's responses to my questions, I found a few key challenges, especially during busy periods. First, communication creates a major issue. When team members don't communicate clearly with each other or with customers, mistakes happen, delays build up, and the customer experience suffers. Even small misunderstandings can slow everything down. Second, employees deal with heavy workloads during peak hours. The high number of orders increases stress and makes it harder to stay efficient and consistent. Equipment also adds pressure. Employees need skill and practice to use expression machines effectively. And when one breaks down, the team has to handle the same workload with fewer resources. The store layout affects how employees move and work. In a small, busy space, inefficient movement between stations slows service and adds extra pressure. To deal with these challenges, Starbucks has made several improvements that directly target these situational factors. First, the store improves staffing by using AI scheduling and hiring more employees. This ensures enough coverage during busy times, reduces workload pressure, and helps employees work more efficiently. Second, the team focuses on improving communication. Clear communication reduces mistakes, keeps operations running smoothly, and improves the overall customer experience. Third, while equipment issues can still happen, training and teamwork help employees manage these situations better. This allows the team to keep operations running even when problems occur. The store also improves workflow by organizing stations closer together. This reduces unnecessary movement, speeds up service, and helps employees complete tasks more efficiently. Managers and shift supervisors actively support the team during busy periods. They step in, help with tasks, and solve problems quickly. This reduces stress and helps keep performances steady. Finally, during unexpected situations like sudden rushes or staff shortages, the team assigns roles based on individual strength. This helps the store respond quickly and keep key tasks running smoothly. Overall, these improvements show that when Starbucks strengthens situational factors like staffing, communication, workflow, and support, employees perform better and deliver a higher level of service.
The benefit of using the Mars model is how simple and straightforward it is. There is a clear structure that makes it easy to identify the issue. However, the simplicity is a double-edged sword. Due to the scope of the model, limitations occur when a problem falls out of the Mars structure. These problems can be things such as emotional or personal factors that are unrelated to the work environment that can impact an individual's behavior. These sort of issues are not accounted for in the Mars model and therefore will require additional assessment to make up for. Mars is especially integral to the solution of the problem because it helps us to clear direction and way to identify the issues that have caused the problem to occur. It gives us a clear layout on how to fix or improve these issues, which will raise employee performance and satisfaction.